Okay, take 3. I've tried Windows Movie Maker, that went awful. I tried up directly to YouTube, that's awful. So let's try this built-in webcam thing. I'm sorry for the quality, it's the best I can do. Hi, I'm Zorpix, and this is the Zorpix Den. I know I said I wasn't really going to do any more movies like this, but with the way things have been going with my laptop and everything else, it just kind of came to it. I'm sorry, but you know, it is what it is. And I'll return to a normal written format as soon as I can. So I like this little editor thing though. It gives me choices. I can. You know what? We're leaving that. We're leaving that there. Okay. So, yeah. Today I'm going to be talking about E3. Some of the things I've seen. I've seen most of the press conferences. I didn't get to see Microsoft, but I know most of what went on there, and I know what I want to talk about. And there's also Ubisoft's and EA's press conferences, and I kind of skimmed both of those. I watched for what interested me, and that's what I'm going to be talking about, because that's what the Zorpix Den is for. It's for what interests me, not you. Oh, it's pretty much it's what interests both of us. It's what connects us. We're connected. Connection. Embrace it. Anyway, so I also saw most of Sony's, and I watched all of Nintendo's with my mouth open and my body, I'm not gonna say ready. My body was open. It was open and it was waiting. And we're just gonna stop there, and I'm gonna tell you about Microsoft. I'm sorry, this is my third take, and I've gotten like 10 or 15 minutes in each time, and then it just conks on me, so this is what we've come to. Alright, so first Microsoft. They actually have quite a few projects that I'm really interested in. The first one would be Sunset Overdrive. That game looks really cool. It's coming from the same people who made my childhood, Insomniac. They made the Spyro games, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I really like the feel it has of the motion, being able to zoom all around the city and all the the free motion. It kind of reminds me of what Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance did, where you had the flow motion. You could be like, psh, and it's cool. I like it. By the way, that professionality statement I made about last week's Den, that definitely applies here. Don't let my lack of professionality influence your opinion of the professionality of the rest of Wii U Daily. They're professional. I'm sleepy. Anyway, all right. Enough fooling around. Let's get to it. Another thing that's really interested me is Project Spark. They showed a little more of that. They had Conker in there, which is cool because Microsoft apparently owns Conker now, just like they own Donkey Kong. If you don't get that reference, Google it. I'm not going to tell you. Until then, you're just going to believe Microsoft owns Donkey Kong. But yeah, so Conker was in it, and that's kind of cool. I mean, I know a lot of people were really anxious to see him come back, and I think it's a cool way for him to come back. It'll incorporate more franchise-ness into Project Spark, and it gives it more of a what's the word I'm looking for? It gives it more of an official feel, I guess, as opposed to just here's all this generic stuff, go play with it, which I was fine with, but. You know, if you wanna have an actual character in there, go for it. All the power to you. But no, I really like being able to just go in and create your own game. You can make a top-down game. You can make a side-scrolling platformer game with lasers and spaceships and all this stuff. And you can be in the desert. You can be in the tundra. You could be underwater, probably. You can pretty much make whatever you want, and it looks cool. I I don't know what else to say other than it looks cool. I got in the beta, but I don't have anything that'll run it, so I'm sure I'd have a lot better opinions of it if I had a better computer. Also, the Halo Legendary Collection was announced. Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4 all on one disc. All the original multiplayer is still there. I think that's really cool. And I know it's just a remake, but it's nice. They're redoing all their online stuff. They're using those hundreds of servers that they bragged about when they were boring everyone to sleep with TV. And yeah, I think it's a good idea. I like it. It's for someone like me who only owned a Wii last generation. It's nice to, because I've never played Halo single player, so having Halo whatever come on the horizon when I eventually get an Xbox One, I'll want to know, okay, well, here's what I need to know so far, and to be ready for the next one. So, and also I've always just been kind of interested. I mean, it's been one of the, if not the biggest franchise on Xbox, and I'd like to know what it's about. Alright, so then I'll talk about Ubisoft first. Ubisoft, I remember, they started out with Far Cry 4, I believe. And it looked good if you like Far Cry. I'm not a huge fan. I've played it before. It's kind of fun. I mean, it's another first-person shooter. It's set in a cooler setting, a survival setting, but outdoors. Normally in survival first-person shooters, you're like inside in tiny corners, and there's monsters all around, and they're gonna eat you and just rock. But no, Far Cry, it's always, I don't know what's always turned me off about it, but just not for me. But if you're a fan of the series, this newest game looks great. The trailer was fun to watch. They also talked about Assassin's Creed 4-3 Unity. 4-3 Unity. Between you and me. No. It looks like it'll be cool. I feel like trying to work together with people online is going to cause a lot more frustration than cool co-op moments. I mean, it'll be cool when they happen, but I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work out, because a lot of times you'll see something at E3 and you'll be like, oh, that looks cool. I can't wait to like work together with all these people and make something really cool happen, and then everyone just like sits there not making cool things happen. And that game, I believe, is skipping the Wii U. And that's sad. I don't want it to skip the Wii U. But yeah, Ubisoft is apparently putting all Wii U games on hold until the system sales pick up. And speaking of companies that are holding out on the Wii U, EA. EA's press conference, Dragon Age Origins, I remember looked pretty good. I really liked the environments, and they all looked so vibrant and so cool, and the gameplay kind of reminded me of Monster Hunter, which I'm really a fan of that. The gameplay looked really nice, and the setting looks nice. Characters, I don't know. It looked interesting to me. So I'll definitely be looking for more information on that as it comes. Other than that, all I remember about EA is sports, new Battlefield, which I guess is a yearly franchise now. Sports, Battlefield, and all the feels. They had a violin player come out, and the guy who came on after her clapping was just, when she was going back, he must have goofed or he must have slipped or something, but as he was just walking out, he was like, wow, that was good. All the feels. And yeah, if you're over the age of like 40, don't try to be a kid, just let it come naturally. I also noticed EA likes to clap for themselves a lot. Like, whenever they said something and they wanted applause, they'd just sit there and, yeah, what I'm saying is valid. This is good. You like us. And in the position they're in, you kind of have to. But, I don't know. It's EA. What are you going to do? So then, let's talk about Sony. Now, Sony's starting to have the same problem that I have with Apple. They're getting way too high on their horse. Like, last year, Sony did a lot of good things. They outshined Microsoft in, like, every way. There is no doubt that they had the best E3 conference last year. They just... It was out of the park. They slammed it out. And this year, I feel like they got a little too high on their own success. They're getting really cocky. Like, they just go up there and they're like, yeah, we're the best in the world, you know. We're the best. And my biggest problem is that their conference just kind of turned into one huge circle jerk. Like, Sony would say something like, or not Sony, yes, Sony, the company as a whole, the entire company would go out there and speak in unison to everyone else. The speaker would say something that, honestly, I didn't think... Like, they'd be talking about, like, oh, we'll give you some behind-the-scenes looks later, and everyone was like, yeah, Sony, oh, yeah, and then when other developers were announcing things that I thought were pretty cool, people were just like, oh, yes, this is a thing, I like this, yes. And I don't know, it just felt a little artificial, I guess. That, like, people were just kind of jumping on the Sony bandwagon, when, honestly, personally, I felt that Sony, they didn't really bring it this year. They talked too long about this new comic Powers or something that they're turning into, like, a PlayStation Plus exclusive TV show, and they talked too much about PlayStation TV. Their role and Microsoft's role switched this year. Microsoft was, as I understand it, a lot about games and, you know, what makes the console a fun gaming console. And this year, PlayStation was kind of like, yeah, we've got games, but let's talk to you, shareholders. You're the reason we're here. And, I don't know, it felt weird. I don't know. And so let's talk about what they announced. The big one that comes to mind, Little Big Planet 3. Look, I said before, all I owned last generation was a Wii. And until, like, a month ago, after that, all I had was a Wii U. I know my way around a 2D platformer. Little Big Planet isn't really worth getting that excited over. I mean, it's really cool that you can design your own levels, and one thing that really impressed me was there were, like, all these 7.2 million levels up in our cloud. That cloud right there, the storm cloud, all the storms from the brilliant ideas. All the ideas and stuff in our cloud. We're gonna make those available to people on Little Big Planet 3. So all those pre-existing levels can transfer over. And that's a huge move, and that's a really good one. That is one thing I'll give them credit for. That's really great forward compatibility. As for the game itself, I mean, making wall jumping a feature and making like pushing buttons and stuff a feature, like, I get it, it makes it kind of puzzly, and like moving things with, like, the fan gun or whatever and crawling along stuff. I mean, this is all stuff that's been done before, and whether it's been done better or not, I have no clue, but I'm gonna wager that it's probably been done better. And they need to get people on stage who know what they're doing. They spend like 5 minutes trying to wall jump from wall to wall. When they unlocked the bird, they just had the bird carry everyone through all the levels, and when they got stuck. And it was kind of cool because the bird, like, it can fly, just fly over obstacles, and it's kind of like the inexperienced gamer player, like, oh, you don't really know what you're doing. Here, you take the bird, you fly around, you can't fall, you're gone. And it's nice because if the more experienced players get stuck, the bird can just grab them and pull them over. So I mean, it was kind of cool. Kind of, I don't know. Little Big Planet 3 just kind of resulted in a from me. And maybe it's just because I'm oversaturated with platformers. Maybe it's because I'm missing something. I don't know. I've always felt like I'm missing something about Little Big Planet. I really like the design, though. All the junkyard feel. That's cool. I've always liked that. Let's see, what else did they talk about? The 1852 or whatever it was, the thing with the zombie going nom 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 nom, and then he turned into like a werewolf thing and he started chasing this guy. That was cool. I'm not much for like terrifying games myself, just because I'm a chicken, but yeah, no. If I was into that thing, I'd be all over that. Like I'd be freaking out. I'd be posting everywhere, and I'd be really excited. But for someone who's not into that, and that horror genre, I think is rather kind of close knit. So, I mean, I don't know. I see it doing okay, but I don't see it doing the best. But it still looked well done. Their new game, whatever it is, pilots flying over dinosaurs, whatever that's called. I don't know. They spelled Star Fox wrong, but yeah, it reminded me of Star Fox, and then the announcement of Star Fox at Nintendo's, well, not their conference, but Time released it first, and I wrote about it, and then Nintendo teased it, and then they announced it, and it was weird. It was a weird timeline. Okay, so yeah, it looks cool. I like the creature design. It seemed more unique and kind of its own thing when you were on the ground and you were wandering around with all these cool creatures. When you got into space, it seemed a little generic. I don't know. I guess I'm just calling it Dino Star Wars for now. Dino Star Wars looks kind of cool, but oh, that reminds me, from EA's conference, Battlefront 3. I don't remember seeing any actual gameplay, so that was kind of a bummer. And also why I didn't talk about it. If they did show gameplay, I missed it. I skimmed past it because they stuck it like right in the middle of all the sports stuff. So, sorry. God. EA spent like 10-15 minutes talking about FIFA. Again. I don't understand it. But maybe I'm not supposed to. Alright, and then, Sony had Uncharted 4, which, I think it's cool. I don't know. I didn't see any gameplay. Didn't see nothing. But yeah, of course, everyone went crazy over these announcements. Oh yeah, and there's a new Batman game. Honestly, I've never cared for the Batman games. The one or two, I was like, okay, this could be kind of cool, and then there's like 5 now, and I'm just kind of like, you're milking it. I understand that they could be good. I understand that they could be bad. There's too many. And when there's too many of something, it kind of ruins the drive for me to get in and start playing it. So I think that's kind of stopping me from that. And then there's the new Uncharted, which I started talking about. It's just a CG trailer. I didn't get to see any gameplay. I didn't get to see anything. I don't know what for all I know, it's another 2D platformer where the big innovation is double jumping or something. And yeah, I'm cautiously excited. I need to see more. So as it stood right then, Microsoft had me. I didn't know what to expect from Nintendo, because honestly they've disappointed me the last couple of years. And At that point, I was just like, okay, Microsoft, you know what? You put on a good show. You showed stuff I want, and I know it doesn't apply to everyone, and this is my personal opinion, but I'm going with you. I like the Xbox One. I like what you're doing, and I still plan on getting one. But then Nintendo's press conference came on earlier today. Holy cow! It blew my mind. I was sitting there watching it, like mouth agape, and just laying there, just freaking out, just, like, ugh. It was honestly like it made me feel like a little kid on Christmas. It was amazing. So let's just go in order as best I can. I'm gonna try and keep this fairly short because I don't want it to run too long for those who don't like long videos. So, first of all, there was the epic fight between Reggie and Iwata, and that was just awesome. My mouth again was open the whole time. I was just saying what the whole time. I wasn't really sure what they were doing at first, and then the Smash logo came. It was like whoosh, whoosh, and I was like, oh. And at first I was like, they are not making Reggie a playable character, and in a way they kind of did. But oh, I should take these clouds off. It's not stormy at all. It's party time for Nintendo. I'd be partying if I was Nintendo. They did great. They killed it. But yeah, Mii's in Smash. I've always wanted that. I've wanted it since Brawl. I thought it would fit perfectly on the Wii. Apparently, nobody else did. But yeah, I'm in full support of that. I'm gonna get all the character reveals out of the way right away. The Palutena reveal was actually kind of interesting because they had it in an anime style at first, and I think it was in the same kind of style as the Kid Icarus anime that they were releasing on what was it, Nintendo Video Direct thing for 3DS, the video channel. I can't remember what it was called. It's been forever since I used it. And yeah, it's when it first came on, my girlfriend was like, "Oh, they're making a Smash Brothers anime," and I was like, "That'd be pretty cool. I'd be on board with that." And honestly, I'd still be on board with it. I'm almost wondering if this was a test to see if people thought that and got excited about it, because I'd ride the hype train down to Animeville for that. And yeah, but Palutena's in. I don't know much about her. She's some kind of goddess apparently. She talks a little too much. She says the name of every move before she uses it. That's kind of weird. I never liked that. It's like a giant roaring punching cannon shin kick, and then all you have to do is just kind of move your shin and then you're good. So, but I guess Ness and Lucas do that, and I have a friend who's like super adamant about Ness getting in, and I'm now hoping Ness doesn't get in just to annoy her. So I hope Ness doesn't make it in. No, but seriously, screw Ness. And then, just like an hour or so ago, Pac-Man was revealed for Smash Brothers. And this was one I was kind of on the fence about. I wasn't sure if they were going to go for it. As soon as I heard that Namco was helping make it, I was like, yeah, they're going to go for it. And then the more I read about it, I was like, I don't know if they're going to go for it. I don't know what he would do. But they brought him in, and apparently he's pretty cool. But I don't know anything. I haven't even seen a trailer. I just know that the official Nintendo account tweeted and said, "Hey, Pac-Man's here." And I'm like, alright, that's cool. It's cool. I'm gonna be fighting as Barack Obama. Should have had Barack Obama in the thing. Like, Barack Obama's sworn in. But, I mean, they did that for Lincoln, but it would have been cool to just have Barack Obama. Because they had Obama in a different show. Which show was that? Oh, Sims. They made Obama in Sims. Oh, I forgot to talk about The Sims. The Sims is back. It's more in depth. It's kind of cool. Kind of the same thing, but kind of not. There you go. That's The Sims. Sims 4 from EA. Back to Nintendo. I lost my train of thought, but I'm only doing one take on this, so sorry, guys. Yes. Smash Brothers Pac-Man. Actually, I was done talking about that. So let's move on. I don't remember what was announced next, so I'm just going to go with what I remember. The Mario level creator. At first, I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of retro games. The oldest I'll go is Super Metroid, and that's because that game was really good. But the original Mario's and stuff, I can't get into them. I'm too used to the new physics. That's my problem with Mario Kart 64, and why a lot of you know I hate it. Well, I don't hate it, but a lot of you know I don't like it very much, and it's because it just didn't age well. And I think a lot of these older games don't age as well as other people think. I mean, I know a lot of people played them as a kid, but I was a Sony kid, so I played Crash and Spyro, and Crash is dead and in a grave somewhere, and Spyro, I actually have a poster of him right up there. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but he's up there. And, so yeah, Spyro's kind of alive, but, yeah, so I wasn't a Nintendo kid, so none of this stuff is getting the nostalgia for me. I'm here just for the game, and a lot of the older Mario Brothers stuff, it just kind of, eh. But then they showed that you can switch it over to the new Super Mario Bros. U style, and that I like, because I feel so much more at home with new Super Mario Bros. U stuff. And I didn't even know the little green things were piranha plants until they switched it, and I was like, oh, that's what those are. So yeah, I'm kind of on board with it. I want to see how much it'll cost. I want to see what all it can do, but that's not till 2015, like pretty much everything else in this direct. Hyrule Warriors. You can play as Midna. You can play as Wolf Link. I'm in. You don't need to say anything else. I am in. But if you did have to say anything else, it'd be along the lines of, it's really cool, and you get to be Zelda or Link or Impa or Midna in the imp form, riding on Wolf Link like a boss. And you just go around killing things, and they mentioned that there are a lot of characters true to the Dynasty Warriors series, and they all have really cool moves, and I honestly, that's really cool. I have nothing else to say. It's just really cool, and I'm for sure gonna get it now. Oh, and also, they're doing the thing that Mario Kart couldn't figure out how to do. One screen on the TV, one screen on the gamepad. Split screen. I don't know why it's so hard for... At least Nintendo's finally doing it in their own game, even though it's a company they're overseeing. I really would like to see Nintendo do this in one of their own games at least once. Because as of right now, it's pretty much just mirroring. I know Call of Duty did it, Sonic and All-Stars Racing, Sonic All-Stars Sega Racing Transformed, whatever, did it, and now Dynasty Zelda Hyrule Warriors is doing it too. And I think this is a train that a lot more developers need to jump on. Yeah, so we got that covered. I'm saving we all know what the big one is. I'm saving that for last. Actually, no. Let's talk about that first, because honestly for me, there's something a little bigger. So first, we gotta talk about Zelda. This, oh my gosh. Amazing. Everything, from the depth of field to how all the individual blades of grass were moving, the flowers were moving individually. You cannot honestly call the Wii U underpowered anymore. When given to the right people, you could have shown that to me and told me it was from Xbox One or PS4, and I would have believed you if I didn't see Link and Epona. And one thing my girlfriend noticed while we were watching it was the movements of Epona. Actually, she has 3 horses, and the movements of Epona were super real, to what an actual spooked horse would be like more than They normally are. I guess normally they just like kind of rear or something, but apparently the way it was like moving and nervous, and apparently they really nailed it. A lot of people are getting really excited about how good it looks. I'm I'm super excited. Don't get me wrong. I I cannot wait. But the the thing that's worrying me is that looked like that looked like an in-engine CGI trailer, and I want to see the actual gameplay. I want to see what I'm doing. I want to see how I'm doing it. What I really want is side quests, like, because normally in Zelda you don't really, there's side quests, but I forget about them all the time. I want like a list. I want it to say, you promised to deliver 20 chickens to this graduation, and you promised to eat those 20 chickens for someone else, and you promised to bring bath water to your grandma. I don't know, but I want a place to organize it all. And if there's levels and stats, so be it. I don't think that's the way they're going to go, because I don't think that's the way Zelda goes. But they've never really made it this open world before. I mean, Twilight Princess was pretty open. The Hyrule Field was big, but there were still like areas that were kind of cut off from the rest because you had to go through the little walking into the dusk. I should have brought some water in here. So yeah, really excited for that. I want to know I'm seeing gameplay. Because yeah, if that was gameplay, that's amazing. But I'm like 90% sure that wasn't gameplay, so I want to see what the actual gameplay looks like. I'm pretty sure they were in-game rendered graphics though, so that's cool. We could talk about Bayonetta 2. I wouldn't have much to say. It's Bayonetta. Oh, I do have something to say. The original Bayonetta is getting packaged in with 2, and I know Kami is probably flipping over in his grave that he's probably already dug because of all these people on his Twitter. His Twitter followers have, like, the lowest level of intelligence I've ever seen. And, I mean, I'm in that group too, so, you know. But, like, he just gets the stupidest questions, and it makes more sense why he flips out. But I think it's great that he's including the first one. I know a lot of people were asking about it, and he just kept on telling everyone to F off. But it's nice that he ended up actually doing it, because a lot of people on Nintendo platforms aren't going to know what happened in Bayonetta 1. And including that, instead of just releasing it separately, that's a nice move. And that's probably what's been taking it so long, is porting the old one. Oh, Yoshi's Woolly World. Oh my gosh, Yoshi. I've been waiting for news on this game for so long. It looks amazing. It looks better than Kirby's Epic Yarn. Kirby's Epic Yarn was kind of easy for me. This looks like it has a little more difficulty to it. It looks more thought out than Kirby's Epic Yarn. Kirby's Epic Yarn was fun. I loved it, and you got to pull around yarn and do all this stuff. But Yoshi's, it seems more like everything kind of has a place, and like it was stitched together with care, as opposed to Kirby's Epic Yarn. There's just like yarn flaps everywhere, and you just pulled stuff just to pull stuff. This looks more thought out and like planned, and I appreciate that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Honestly, I don't think, besides Bayonetta, I don't think they talked about a single game that I don't want to buy. Which, if I'm not forgetting anything, which I don't think I am, I'm going to talk about Splatter Spree or whatever. I can't remember names right now, I'm sorry, but this game has me really excited. It's the one where it's a shooter game, but they're not doing normal shooter with it. Instead of your main goal being to, shoot the other players, which it looks like that's still something you can do, but your main goal now is to cover the entire area with paint. And I was actually listening to the IGN cast, the post show where they talk with Reggie about it, And Reggie said something along the lines of, like, anything we can do to take an existing genre, twist it around with a new innovation, and give it the Nintendo touch, that's what we want to do. And I am 100% behind that. This looks crazy fun. You turn into a squid, you jump through all the stuff, all the ink, all the goo, and you spray each other with ink, and it's a fun shooter, and it's a fun shooter that can be enjoyed by anyone. That's the thing about shooters, is some of them have really good ideas, but it's not something that I can, like, go up to my parents and be like, hey, look what this game did. This is cool. I like this. It's not like that. Well, it is like that. It's not like one of the games that's not like that. Yeah, I think. I don't know. You're probably stumbling along as much as I am, but yeah, this game looks really good. I hope there's some kind of beta or something for it. I haven't really seen too much on Nintendo betas, really. Let's see. I guess there's a few more things. There's Star Fox. We didn't get to see much of it, but it's Star Fox. My main complaint, I didn't see no crystal. I gotta have my crystal. I'm sorry. I can't help. I literally cannot help it. I need my crystal. And then, there's I'm so bad with names tonight. It got announced, like, right after the press conference. It was IGN exclusive, from the same director as Ninja Gaiden. I did a write-up on it. But it's from the same director as Ninja Gaiden, and it's Wii U exclusive, and it's gory, it's all out, and honestly, I think it's something that the Wii U needs just to kind of shake up it, just to kind of diversify it a little. And I think it's good that it has that. It was Dead Alive, I don't remember. I wrote an article about it. Go look at my articles. I do stuff besides this sometimes. So let me talk about a few more abstract things that kind of struck me. First of all, I'm glad they stayed away from the 3DS, other than Pokemon, which they had to, because, Pokemon, and that was a pretty cool trailer, I guess. Aside from Pokemon and Smash Brothers, they didn't talk about the 3DS at all, and I'm so glad, because that is what has been holding them down recently. They'd be like, oh, don't worry, we have all this stuff to save the Wii U, and then they'd spend the entire Direct talking about the 3DS, and it's like, what are you doing? You have a new console. You need to support it. The 3DS is great, and it's doing great, and that's all fine, but you have a Wii U. Well, I have a Wii U, and you probably do too. If not, you're going to want one by 2015. And that was another thing. A lot of stuff they talked about, a lot of it's next year stuff. I know Smash is coming out this year, and that'll tie me over to, like, the end of time. This game looks amazing. But as far as everything else, it's 2015, so 2015 is going to be the absolute best year to own a Wii U ever. Unless it gets better from here, which I can only hope. But as it sits right now, 2015 is going to be a great year to play on Nintendo consoles. Nintendo wasn't lying when they said something along those lines in their Direct. I guess it was a digital presentation. Oh, and getting Robot Chicken to do their thing, that was cool. It's nice to see they're, forming relationships with other affiliates that they wouldn't normally affiliate with, and it gave them more professional help in being a little more wacky, a little more out there. I'm surprised they let Seth Rogen anywhere near their characters, but hey, it worked. I liked it. It was good. I think that's about it. Still no Metroid. With everything that's been announced, I'm pretty much okay with it. I wouldn't mind one. I'm not sore about it, and no F-Zero. Suck it. I'm sorry to those who wanted an F-Zero, but suck it. I know yeah, Captain Falcon hasn't even been confirmed for Smash now, and that I actually find a little weird, because, I mean, he's got the Falcon Punch, and that's Smash right there. That's Falcon Punch. You're smashing. You're in Smash Brothers, and yeah. So I'm a little confused why we haven't seen him or Ness yet. As much as I was kidding earlier, I am curious where they are. Can't think of anything else, but yeah. As for who won E3, Nintendo just they blew it out of the water. I've never been more proud of them, honestly. It's really cool to see them the same way they used to be seen, kind of as like the big dog. It looks like they're kind of starting to get their confidence back. They're being a little more aggressive. Reggie today, after the Smash Invitational, he told the winner that he's going to go out, he's going to train, and then he's going to come back and kick his ass. Reggie's words. Remember back in the day when Reggie said he was going to be kicking ass and taking names? I want that Reggie back, and it looks like he's coming back, and it looks like Nintendo's really done a little bit of soul searching through this whole Wii U failure process, and I'm all for it. It looks like it's doing them a lot of good. So I think that's where we stand. Yeah, no Zorpix and Miiverse tonight. I'm just today, tomorrow, whenever you're watching this. I don't have time this week. I'm sorry. I've been posting a lot of stuff too. I've been using my Wii U more in the past like few days than I have in a long time, and that's really cool. And it looks like I'm not gonna stop because there's a lot of nice stuff coming. Oh, before I go, Captain Toad. Captain Toad is getting his own game. I want it. That's all I got. I want it. Yeah, again, sorry for my lack of professionality. I'm sleepy. I've tried filming this like 3 times. I finally got it working. That's all I care. I'm sorry about the quality too. And I'm sorry for making a 45-minute video that was supposed to be about 20. So, what are you gonna do? But yeah. Oh, if any of you are at E3, I have a mission for you. Get me the Skylanders E3 exclusive trap. I don't know what you want. I don't know how much it'll cost. But whatever it is, you'll have it. Okay, well, I'm not gonna spend like $1 million on it, but I'm just saying, if you're there and you're not gonna use it, I'll use it. I'll use it every day. And I don't know, I'll do whatever I can for you. If you honestly want something back from me and it's within my power, I'll for sure go ahead. And I mean, if you want me to pay like shipping or whatever, yeah, hit me up in the comments. I'll arrange that with you. I don't know. I'm a Skylanders fan. I need to do a Skylanders Zorpix Den one time with my collection in it. I've been meaning to show that off for a while and have you all get really mad at me, but I don't know. I don't think it'd do too well. Since I'm in a video format, this will kind of substitute for Miiverse and Zorpix. I'm just gonna all my E3 stuff is done, so if you just came here for that, just go. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. As always, follow me, Miiverse, Twitter, Facebook. I have a YouTube channel. There's some Mario Kart videos on it. Maybe I'll throw those in. I don't know. It's getting late, and I've had computer troubles, but yeah. I'm just gonna kind of talk a little bit about where I'm kind of going with the Zorpix Den and how I kind of feel. I've actually been considering discontinuing. Actually, it's not gonna happen anytime soon. I don't really see it in the near future, but just keep in mind it's an idea I'm playing around with, and if fan response is overwhelming about me not canning it, then I'll definitely keep doing it. If fan response is I mean, you know, I'll probably keep doing it for a while, and if you guys want me to stop right now, I'll stop right now. I mean, this whole thing kind of started out as more of a community project, I would say. I more just wanted to see, what could we do to engage our users more, because a lot of the articles on here were more just, let's just posting news, straight up news, and I kind of thought we could use a break from that. I think this was around when, I don't remember what it was. I think it was around the Smash. No, it was way before that. I don't remember when it was, but there was a lot of news focusing on like one thing coming out, and I was like, it's nice to have all this news, but it's kind of boring after a while. And I don't know. I just wanted to make something fun that the community members could kind of get more involved with, and that's also what prompted the Wii U Daily tourney, which is tonight, by the way. I'll probably be racing again, because I'm amazing at it. And yeah, so I don't know. It's been fun. I've really loved doing this. Thank you so much for the support you've already given me. I have no idea how it is to like log on to Twitter or something and see a random message from somebody saying, "Hey, I like what you write." It's honestly flattering, and I don't deserve any of it. I'm blown away. Thank you so much for your support. Yeah, but honestly, I do this for you guys. Because I mean, I don't get paid for this. It's just a fun thing I do in my free time. So this is all about you guys, and I want to make it as much about you guys as I can, because this is a community effort at Wii U Daily, and we're just trying to make this one of the best sites we can. So if you have any suggestions for me, please leave them below. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me what I'm doing right. Tell me if you'd rather I did. I don't know. I honestly don't know. That's why I need you. So yeah, I guess instead of Zorpix and me versus it's Zorpix and you. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of everything on my head right now with the Zorpix Den. I usually come up with my topics like, the day before they go live. So next week I'll probably, I'm not sure. It might be something just that I've been throwing around my head for a while, like the Skylanders thing. It might be I don't know, what I think of DLC for certain Nintendo games. I might talk about, NFC figures. I forgot to cover those. They're NFC figures. They're cool. Yeah. I really should have included that earlier. Oh well. One take. So, yeah. You know what? Because I didn't include that, I'll give that its separate Zorpix Den next week. So expect that next week. Expect the Honestly, they missed an opportunity. They should have called it Amigo. They should have called them little amigos. You got all your little amigos coming over to your house later. Yeah, the way they're doing it is cool. I almost wet myself when Reggie said, "Oh yeah, it's like Skylanders and Disney Infinity, and they'll all work together." And I misheard him, and I thought he was saying that all the Nintendo figures would work in Skylanders, and I was literally flipping out. And then I learned the sad truth. But yeah. So anyway, I'll talk more about that next week. So that's what you can expect next week. Probably no more videos. I know a lot of you don't like it, and again, I'm sorry for doing this. And I tried to... Hopefully, me being half asleep is more entertaining than I would imagine it would be. So let me know what you thought of this. Let me know if you thought I was funny, if you thought I was trying too hard. I'm not trying at all. So yeah, just honestly, just any feedback at all is just really great. And you guys have been doing great with it so far, so I don't see why it should be a problem now. But anyway, I am going to stop wasting your time. We just passed the 50-minute mark, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thank you very much for watching.